Just arrived at the trailhead right as the sun's coming up. Today's episode, Mount Rose. Had a super nice drive up this morning coming around Lake Tahoe. Got up here before anybody else. Nobody's in the parking lot. Got the place to ourselves, the way we like it. I'm gonna grab some gear, get on the trail, get away from all this traffic. Mount Rose is one of many extinct volcanoes in the Sierra Nevada range. Actually, it's the third tallest. In the state of Nevada, it's the most topographically prominent and the highest. All right, just got up the trail a little bit, got away from the traffic, but now we got a little wind to deal with. Might have to dig out my microphones after a while, but we already got some awesome views. Tahoe back there. You got Tahoe Meadows down there in the bottom. It's gonna be an awesome day. Glad you guys could join me, and I'm gonna get up the trail a little ways. We got a long day. Pretty nice shot overlooking Reno and Tamarack Lake. Still a little frozen over down there. All right, I finally got up here in the little bit of tree cover. Kind of dampens off the wind a little bit. As you can see, there's still some snow drifts up here. Shouldn't be too bad. And once we get over here on Mount Rose, the south side should be good to go. From what I hear, Mount Houghton and up above Galena Falls, Relay Peak and everything still got quite a bit of snow. It's nice and packed and crunchy. Right now this morning it's like a brisk 48 with this wind chill. The wind chill is probably what's getting it. Otherwise it'd be really comfortable. It's supposed to heat up to like 63. If you're new here, welcome. Glad you clicked on. Welcome to Meandering Outdoors. My name's Bruce. I don't know if I've ever actually introduced myself, but there you go. I'm always out doing some random adventures. If I'm not doing that, I'm at the house on the homestead, wrangling chickens, planting veggies and all that fun stuff. If y'all are returning, thanks for coming back, joining me on another one. I had to get a good peek in to start the season, and if y'all were tuned in last week, you know we had a fail. Well, I guess I shouldn't say fail, but as the title goes, things went a little sideways. If you haven't seen it, you should go back and check that one out. Ended up going from excitement to misadventure to discovering this old mining area 25 miles deep out in the forest. It's definitely worth a watch. Appreciate you all tuning in too, and some new subscribers. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I'm definitely glad I brought the micro spikes today too. They came in handy. All right, well, we're just about to Galena Falls. It's pretty stinking steep. There's still a lot of snow on this end. Once we get to the falls though, it should change, start getting probably patchy. Hopefully it's already gone, it's just dirt. But oh, we got another little view down that corridor. Definitely had to do a little bit of navigating. People have been out here. There's a lot of tracks, backcountry skiers and other people hiking out here, but the tracks go everywhere, all over. So pull up Gaia for a second and figure out exactly where the trail was. It's a cool little rock outcropping back up there. All right, to the falls. Holy smokes, this wind is getting absolutely crazy. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in every week, and if you're enjoying the trek, or maybe you've checked out some other episodes and just didn't think about hitting that subscribe button or anything, smash on that thing now and be notified when I come out and do this stuff. I try to get a video out every week. Maybe hit that thumbs up. It really does actually help the channel a bit, helps me out. I'd appreciate it. Oh, all right, looks like a good spot to take these micro spikes off. Looks like we should be pretty much dirt from here on out, hopefully. Well, we made it to the falls. That's awesome. Yeah, head right over here and we'll cruise out and should be able to grab Mount Rose, like 10,700 some odd feet. I think we're in the clear now. We should be getting out of the snow after this little section here. Getting all nostalgic though, being on the TRT again. And just a little perspective of how deep the snow still is. Those are about 3 feet tall or so. This little tree there behind me, when I came down off Relay Peak, back here doing the Tahoe Rim Trail through hike, I was camped right next to that tree. Got here just in time before a little rain, set up my tent, ate, and then it was dark and time to go to bed, and boy was I whooped. That was a long day. All right, let's get heading up Mount Rose. We got like 3 miles, it says here. Oh, thank goodness I finally got out in the sun off that snowy hill, got to shed a layer. It was starting to get a little toasty now. We're gonna be pretty much exposed, I think, from here on out. Might go through a little tree coverage, but I think from here on out it's full exposure. All right, well, we're across Galena Creek and all that. Kind of levels out for a bit. Not too bad in the beginning. That first 2.5 miles is like less than 300 foot elevation gain. I probably did about 300 because I got off a little bit. It was all covered in snow, so I got off trail just a tiny bit there, dropped back down onto the TRT, and all was good. Luckily not too much post holing. That's been nice. Now that we're starting the ascent here, I think it's a 2,500 feet elevation gain. So we got some climbing to do. And that's in that 3 mile span. It's a little bit controversial. The sign at the trailhead says 5 miles to the peak. But then when you get to Galena Falls, that's 2.5 miles. It says 3 miles. So you're like 10, 11 miles round trip. Super cool too, just because, like I said, the nostalgia kind of being on the TRT there again. Oh, let's see if I can catch him. There's a marmot over there. Oh, he took off. But yeah, part of it was that was the day that I ended up running into, well, not running into, we had leapfrogged each other a couple times, but where my trail brother, old Stealth, Ryan out there, I know you're watching, buddy. Looks a little different with snow on it, huh? But yeah, that was where we kind of decided that we'd go ahead and kind of do the through hike together. We both started off solo and we were about the same pace. So we figured we might as well just kind of cruise along together, and we did. We ended up finishing out the through hike together in 9 days. It was epic. What a great time. So fun. I started having some issues with my Achilles heel, so I took it easy, and I'm kind of coming back out now and grabbing the peaks I missed. I wanted to hit Mount Rose and Frill and all that, which I did Frill, I think, a few months after, maybe a month after I got off the TRT. I went back, and you guys can go back and check out that video if you want. Tahoe Triple Crown, where I did the Frill Peak, Job's Peak, and Job's Sister in a big loop. That was awesome. Crazy good views and a very long day. So fun though. Mount Rose Wilderness. This is where we're gonna hook a right and then start climbing. Not too far now. Probably good. I'm getting a little hungry. We'll see what it looks like up at the top. It's probably gonna be pretty windy, so I'll do like the panorama view and whatnot, and then I might just hop right off the top and try to get down where there's a little cover and then have a little snack. The last push, 1 mile. Boy, this snow is still deep up here though. Woo, look at that. Up on that way.
A few moments later.
It was at this point I knew things were about to get interesting. This was not in the forecast.
Oh my God, you guys. This wind is absolutely crazy. Microphone isn't gonna work. I had to kneel down. Oh man, it's blowing me all over the place. I had to kneel down because it's like it's trying to shove me. It's crazy. Holy crap. I'm gonna get a quick shot and I gotta get down off of here. Back down into some tree coverage. I'll take a snack break over there. Holy shit! Oh, the view's incredible though. But man, that wind. Thank goodness for this little bit of a rock outcropping here. Because holy smokes, it's like trying to take the camera out of my hand. I'm going to do a quick panorama real quick, 360, and get off the top of this mountain.
I think that's Shasta out there in the distance.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I could not get off that fast enough. That wind was atrocious. And I'm not sure. I think I caught it. That marmot and myself, I think, gave each other a heart attack. Did that 360 for you all. Oh my gosh, next thing I knew, we were like 2 feet apart, something like that. Like close enough if we both would have extended our necks, we might have been able to kiss. Oh, it scared the piss out of me. And right after that, I looked down and saw the ammo can down at my feet with the little registry there. So I didn't film, I didn't dig through it. I opened it, grabbed the book, the pen was right there. I signed it and hightailed it off that mountain. I don't even know how high those gusts were, but I do know that if I was 20 pounds lighter, I would have been floating down there into Reno. Oh boy, still a little bit breezy, tiny bit. I got down in here a little bit of tree coverage kind of on this ridge line we traversed. We're kind of looking back out over here where we came from. That's Tamarack Peak back out there. We got to kind of skirt back in between the hills there to get back to the van. But first, I'm going to grab on one of these Lenny and Larry's cookies. If you guys haven't seen these, they are the best for in a pinch. One cookie, 440 calories. So you can pack some on real quick. I'm going to grab that, drink some water, and some cheese and cheddar crackers. About 190 calories or so. So shove down 630 calories right quick so we can get back to the van. And then I've got a bagel sandwich and coconut waters and energy drinks. I'm all set once I get back. I cannot believe how windy it is. I thought it was going to be a lot better off today. Nice and sunny though. That's super cool. Nice clear skies, but man, this wind is something else. And chilly. Whoo, it cuts through you. All right, well, that snack hit the spot. Feel like a new man. Back at this precarious spot. The snow's getting slushy fast, and it's one false deal, and you're down there. It's not a long way, and it's not horrible, but it sure would suck. All right, let me see if I can get across this thing. Yep, that stuff was nice and solid. This morning going up, it wasn't bad, but all the footprints that were already dug in there with the snow softening up, they break out easy and you just slide. So make sure both trekking poles were locked in, one step at a time. Little more work than I anticipated, but that's what we're after, right? We love that, what they call type 2 fun, huh? Little suffering never hurt anybody. Builds character. At least that's what I've been told most of my life. Not quite sure what kind of character it's built, but maybe a bit of an ornery one. Well, just about back to Galena Falls now. That was a good trek. I was hoping to be able to stay on the summit a little longer. I had to hightail it off there. That was like gale force winds. We once again had the mountain to ourselves, and a little shot of the creek running through there. But yeah, just epic. I'm glad that I decided to do this trek a little later. I had a couple times where I was gonna push for it, but with the wacky avalanche dangers this year, it just wasn't worth it. So, but once I saw this clearing, and after the heat, and we got a day where it was gonna cool off a little bit, I figured it was the best opportunity to run, go for it. So here we are, and we accomplished it. We did it. Cheers, guys. So awesome. Another peak in the bag, and what a way to start off this season, huh, with Mount Rose. I think that's pretty good. So with that being said, y'all, this is the best place I think of any to end the episode. Y'all know the woods are for meandering, so get out there and go. And if you can't, come along with me. I'll take you along for the ride, show you the sights. I'll leave you with a little B-roll of Galena Falls punching through the snow. All right, y'all, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you on the next one.